What's up, everyone? It's your boy Jeff here, and welcome to the first ever Floogiel show. Let me just tell you a little bit about this show. This show, what we're going to do is we're basically going to analyze charts, we're going to analyze symbols, we're going to analyze everything when it comes to the market. It's a daily, quick 5 to 10 minute video that I'm going to bring you on a daily market analysis. And again, we're just going to pull up charts and we're going to analyze charts, okay? And so, a couple things I do want to point out. Number one is, if you have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel below so you can, every day, you can get notification when this is going to be coming out. Plus, I post other videos related to candlestick analysis, support and resistance, a bunch of things. Also, if you haven't went to my website yet, tradingparttime.com, I have a book that's coming out in about a month. So if you click the link below and go to that website, number one is I'm going to give you my free candlestick analysis report. I put together a couple page document with a bunch of different candlestick patterns, and I talk about if it's a bullish pattern, if it's a bearish pattern, if it's a reversal, but I have a lot of candlesticks. And again, I'm giving that away for free. So just go to the website below, click on it, give your email address. Number one, I'll notify you when my book comes out, and also you get that free document on candlestick analysis, plus the daily Floogiel show. Now, let's take a look at it. Before we get started, let me introduce you to Floogiel and tell you a little bit about what it is. Okay, so this is Floogiel. Okay, now Floogiel is very important and special to me. Number one is my father created this character, man, I don't know, but it must have been probably whenever he was like 6 years old, okay? And he named this character the Floogiel, okay? Floogiel is what he named him. He's a gremlin. And my dad wrote 2 children's books. They were never published because he didn't know how to do that, but he wrote 2 children's books. Well, my dad was in the military for 28 years. He was a drill sergeant. And one thing my dad did was he drew this character and a whole bunch of different gremlins, okay, all over army bases, all over the world, okay? He's got names for the characters. He's got planet that they live on. But this little guy's a gremlin. One thing about these gremlins is they can do anything, okay? There's a twist. Now, they can basically blow fire. They can fly. They can pick up buildings. Oh, also I want to mention they're very small. These gremlins are very small. You can't even see them. So if you're looking around, you can't see them because they're so tiny. Okay, so they're really little, but they can do anything. Which means even though they're so tiny, they can pick up a house. Now, one thing about these gremlins is they can do something until you tell them that they can't. So if one of them's blowing fire, and then you say, hey, you can't do that, all of a sudden he can't blow fire anymore. If one of them's flying around and you say, hey, you can't do that, you can't fly, what happens? They can't fly. So they can do anything until you tell them they can't. Well, see, that's the slogan of the Floogiel Trading Company. You can do anything until you tell yourself you can't. So we're going to pull up charts, and just remember, this skill is learnable. Every skill is learnable. The focus of the Floogiel show is to bring you charts every day. Okay, now also, if you go to my website and you subscribe to the newsletter, not only will I give you free candlestick analysis, but it'll be my email on there for the show, and then you can email me with a specific symbol as long as it's in the S&P 500. So email me a symbol that's in the S&P 500, okay? And your question, and I might feature that on the show. So you can leave your name. You don't have to leave your address, but you can leave what city and state. So for example, I might say, hey, this chart we're going to analyze today comes from Art. Art's in Texas, and he wants to know about Disney. So let's pull up at Disney. So again, you have to go to the website, register, you'll get my notification from my book, you'll get my candlestick analysis chart for free, and also there, it'll give my email where you can leave a question for the show, okay? Because again, we are Floogiel traders. That's what we're calling ourselves. We're Floogiel traders, and I want to bring together this movement of people that want to change their lives, take back control of their lives. So we're Floogiel traders. Okay, so now, again, this one's a little bit longer than normal because I wanted to talk a little about Floogiel, but I'll go into more about Floogiel. But here we go. Really quick, I wanted to pull up this. This is the disclosures. I've got to read them. Now, number one is I'm not going to promise that you're going to earn any profit, right, for stocks. I'm not recommending that you buy or sell any of the securities that we're going to show. They're all for examples and illustrative purposes only. The paper money software application that I use is through TD Ameritrade. Again, we're not affiliated. We're separate. I just use their charts. Okay, so it's for illustrative purposes only. Successful virtual trading during one time period does not guarantee successful investing during a later time period as markets constantly change. This goes over the risk, right? Number one is nothing contained in this communication is a solicitation, recommendation, promotion, endorsement, or offer by Jeff of any particular security, transaction, or investment, and the information provided is obtained for sources deemed reliable but is not guaranteed to its accuracy or completeness. Again, because I'm going to be pulling up charts. So again, it's my opinions. Take it for what it's worth. I'm not liable for any losses or damages you might have. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's pull up this first chart. Okay, now this chart came from Mike, and Mike's in South Carolina. Mike wanted to know JP Morgan. Okay, so what I did was I pulled up the chart of JP Morgan. Now I have a bunch of candlestick patterns, and again, go to my website, get the document, so you can start to understand what some of these candlestick patterns are. I'm going to be doing a video and posting it over the next couple days about the top 5 candlestick patterns, right? The power candlestick patterns. Again, if you understand candlestick patterns, then they can give you clues as to what might happen. But let's take a look at this chart. This is a 9-month view of JP Morgan. Now, this is live. Okay, this is live. I'm going on right now. Today is the 9th. It's Tuesday, so January 9th, 2018. This is the chart. First thing I want to point out is, if you notice, this direction is up. So, my 9-month view of JP Morgan is bullish or up, okay? Because again, you can just see by this. That's my 9-month view. Now, if I want to take a look at my, I guess, let's start from the beginning. Let's take a look at the long-term view. Okay. This is how I'm going to erase all these. Let's just delete all the lines, okay? So this is a 5-year weekly. What I like to look at is the exponential moving average 10, okay? And since this is weekly, this represents the weeks, okay? Exponential moving average 40. Now, I'm not going to go into detail about those, but I just want you to look at the direction. When both of these are going up, that means my long-term posture is bullish. So my long-term posture on JP Morgan is bullish. So if somebody's taking, long-term trades, long-term buy and hold type of strategy, and they're wanting to know when's times to get in or out, well, right now my long-term posture is bullish. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to our intermediate term posture. Okay, so this, I look at this red line right here. This is the moving average 30, okay? So this represents the average 30-day period for the price action above. Again, I'll go into that in future trainings, but just look at the direction. The direction is up. So my intermediate posture on JP Morgan is up, okay? Good. Now let's take a look at our short-term posture. Short-term posture is the highs and the lows. Now, I did some videos on Bitcoin not a while back, this last week, and I talked about highs and lows. The rules apply. Candlestick patterns are the same. It doesn't matter what chart you're trading. So if you learn candlestick patterns, then it doesn't matter what chart you're trading. Okay, but what I like to do is let's look at kind of this period right here. Okay, if you notice, this was sideways because we're looking at the highs and lows. So this high closed above this high, and then it just went sideways, right? You can just notice that went sideways, right? And then it went up, boom. So, higher high, okay, so let's hear. So this is a higher high. So the last high in this trend was, well, because this was equals about right here. So the last high, you notice this high is higher than that high. Great. And then it pulled down to a higher low. The definition of an uptrend in my short-term analysis is higher highs and higher lows. And so today, which is 1-9, we're getting a nice bounce. Again, the market is not over, but you know, again, this would be an entry signal for me in a short-term trade, okay, because it's trading above the high of the low day. So, JP Morgan, right now, short-term posture up, intermediate posture up, long-term posture up. Today we're getting a nice up day. Usually, well, not you again. Nothing is 100%, but again, based on my analysis, we're getting a bounce. It's an entry signal for me today, and then I would set my stop roughly. You know, I have specific trading plans, but I would set my stop roughly here with a target. You know, give or take. We're just eyeballing it here, but I'll kind of tell you a price target range, and then point out something. You know, price target up here, about 112.46. So, again, I'm not making a recommendation, but here today would be a good entry signal for me based on my paper money platform with a target up here of 112.46 and a stop loss roughly 107.36. Again, I'm eyeballing specific. So that would be my price target. Now, be mindful of this little sign. Earnings is on the 12th, so earnings is in 3 days. I don't take any short-term trades 1 week before earnings, so I wouldn't take this trade based on my rules, but again, if you want to get in and out, you can. So that is the daily market analysis on JP Morgan, okay? And so, again, subscribe to my channel, go to the second page, sign up for my book, get my candlestick analysis for free. Send me an email on what stock and what question you have, as long as it's in the S&P 500, and we might feature that on one of the shows. But that's my posture for JP Morgan. Again, not a recommendation to buy nor sell. We'll end it off with this. Again, there's the disclosures for you to see. Recommendation, no recommendation, illustrative purposes only. The paper money software application is based on TD Ameritrade. I'm not affiliated with them, and I'm not recommending their products or services. Cool. Okay, great. I hope you enjoyed today's Floogiel market analysis. Okay, this is the Floogiel show. It's episode number 1, and we're going to give you daily market analysis. I hope you enjoyed it. So again, subscribe to my channel. Go to Trading Part-Time. Go to the website. Get your email information. That way I can notify you when my book is coming out. Plus, I'll give you my free PDF on a document that I created, candlestick analysis, so you can understand these candlesticks as we start to go through them. And also, then you can send me an email with your questions and a symbol, and I might feature you in it. So, awesome. Happy trading, everybody. We are Floogiel traders, and remember, I am a Floogiel trader.